Hey everyone, welcome back to Para University, where we're going to break down tough MCAT topics and make them simple. Hopefully, that's our plan. These are not going to be 3, 4 hour videos where we're going to go down rabbit holes on topics and content. My aim is going to be to help you and help myself tackle MCAT questions and MCAT passages. This exam is not designed for you to study for 6 months just reading from a book. It's a practice exam. You need to practice. You need to tackle questions every day. The content comes with practice, not vice versa. For the very first video, I thought it was fitting to tackle biochemistry. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about amino acids and proteins, which are just a fan favorite when it comes to the MCAT. So we're going to get down to it. This question comes from UWorld, the amino acids and protein section, so we can mention where it came from before we get started. So we have PGA. I don't even know how to pronounce this right here. Never seen it in my life. And that's got to be the MCAT for you. You're going to see terms that you have never seen. You're going to sweat and you're going to make mistakes, but not today. Today, we're going to think critically. Okay, so we got PGA, and it's saying that it can form linkages with amines. Now, we have to start looking for keywords when reading the MCAT questions. Now, I can already tell you this is a crucial piece of information right here, amines, and that it forms linkages with amines. PGA could potentially cross-link with which residue in the active site of signal peptidase shown below. Now, just again, jargon. I don't need to know any of this. I need to know what the question is asking me. The question is asking me, what other residue, what other amino acid could PGA cross-link with? Now, the question has mentioned that it could form linkages with amines. We're going to use our knowledge on amino acid structure, the information from the question itself that it can form linkages with amines to answer which other amino acid it can form a linkage with. The MCAT is not going to be a first order style of questioning. Maybe some questions are going to be like that, but this is not one. I would say this is a medium difficulty exam question. So why is it medium? It's not asking you anything too crazy, but it's asking you to think 2 steps ahead, essentially. You need to know what amines are, very important. You need to know your amino acids, their one-letter codes, and you need to know the foundational chemistry between linkages when it comes to these amino acids. We know that S is our amino acid serine, right? So we know that serine has this structure. We got a carboxyl, we got our amine here, and it has a R group. It is a hydroxyl R group. This hydroxyl R group is used in many reactions as a nucleophile, but again, the question is not asking us about nucleophilicity of amino acids. It's asking us which one is similar, has an R group that's similar to an amine. Now you might look at this um, amine right here and say, hey, this could form a linkage with it, but that would not be right because this is used in other principles when it comes to the structure of proteins. This could be used in secondary structure, hydrogen bonding, hopefully stuff that we're going to get into in some other video. But let's keep going. So we found out what S is. What about D? What can D be? Again, this is why I said you need to know your amino acids. So D would be your aspartic acid. And again, you should be able to draw your amino acids from memory at this point. So it has a carboxyl R group. This is the R group. Again, not an amine, it's a carboxyl. What about M? This one is not asked a lot about. Actually, sometimes it is, but what could M be? This would be your methionine. And we know the structure. Again, this is the general structure. and we have the sulfur containing group. This is really important for other stuff that we're not going to get into in this video, but we will tackle in future videos. Okay, I'm going to leave K for last, which should give you a hint, but what about T? What could T be? Now, T you might be thinking, oh, that's tyrosine, but nope, because nothing makes sense in life. T is threonine, which I guess kind of makes sense, but not straightforward enough. This is another hydroxyl containing amino acid. This is our R group. And last but not least, we've got our K. Now, what's K? That's your lysine. And again, we have our backbone. My handwriting is amazing. No, I hate when the iPad does that. So lysine, let's review, has 1, 2, 3, 4 CH2 groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this should start to look familiar for you. This is your amine. And again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 CH2 groups. We haven't messed up. So this is as an amine can get. So which PGA could potentially cross-link with which other amine? That would be lysine. On the MCAT, you're only going to have maybe a minute to answer a question like that. And this is where your test taking strategies are going to have to come in hand. You're going to have to be thinking on your feet. But as you can see, it's pretty simple. If you know the amino acids by memory, it shouldn't take you longer than 50 seconds to answer this question because you don't have to draw them out. I drew them out just for you to see. But when you're taking the test, you're going to be visualizing all these amino acids because you know them by heart because you're just him or her. And you're just gonna get a question like this honestly should take you 30 seconds. But if you're not there yet, that is not the time to panic. This time will come later. And this is gonna be the end of this video. We're gonna see you in the next one.